Hello, this is Steven Santana talking to the Void with Illustrious Magic. This is going to be looking forward to 2016. I already did a very lengthy video about 2015 and looking back on that, but it's time for the new year to take hold of us and strip us of all of our money. So basically, gaming and film for January of 2015 or 2016. Ooh, God, can't even get used to it already. So, basically, first thing, Amplitude on PlayStation 4. This is a game that was kickstarted a long time ago. People have been waiting for it for a very long time, and now it will finally be out. It's basically a PS2 game that has been remade for the PlayStation 4, which is cool. I'm interested to see how it plays. I played it at a convention a while ago, and it was fun, but it's interesting to see why people are so obsessed with it, and to see how it critically holds now compared to back in the day when the PS2 was basically in everyone's living room. Then we have Hardware Rivals, which I don't really know much about, but I do know it's going to be a PlayStation Plus game for January, so we'll see if that becomes the next Rocket League and it takes the nation by storm. It won't. Volume comes out to Vita. This is something that people have been asking and bugging Mike Bithell, who is the creator of Volume on PlayStation 4 and PC, about for a very long time, so it's nice to see that finally come out. I'm interested to finally play it, because I did not when it came out to PS4, because I need something on my Vita, because God, the Vita needs games. Then we get Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. This is the 2.5D kind of adventure Assassin's Creed game. The first one, China, came out a long time ago, and they were supposed to be episodic. So now we finally are getting the next one, and then soon after this we're going to be getting the final one, which is Russia. And then they're going to release it as like a trilogy pack on Vita as well as every other platform that exists. Then the Banner Saga comes to Xbox One and PS4. Sadly, no Vita date yet. They have promised that they're working on it. It's a very small team, but still, to hear that it's not on Vita yet kind of sucks. I was hoping to play this on Vita because it's basically a tactics strategy game. So, Final Fantasy Tactics was one of the best games on the PSP because of the portable nature of it. So having the Banner Saga on the Vita would have been great, but it's good to see it on the PS4 too, because that game is also really gorgeous, and so having a gigantic HD screen to show it off also is a great thing for people to do. Then we have Blade and Soul on the PC, which is one of those weird Korean MMOs that have proven to be so popular with the East, so now we'll find out if it actually is popular with the West. This is one of those games, again, where the internet is clamoring for it and wants it to be localized, but when it finally is localized, nobody plays it, and the game doesn't make money. So then future games won't be translated to the West, because why would they waste their money on it? So I'm looking forward to seeing Blade and Soul come out, probably not do that great, and then be used as justification for why games aren't transitioned from the East to the West. Anyway, Darkest Dungeon finally sees full release on PC. This was a game that came out early last year and was really, really popular with a lot of people, and so now to see it finally come out officially, basically, I think it was early access, not like Steam Greenlight or any junk like that. But it was like an early access game where they're updating it continually throughout the year. It's also going to be coming to PlayStation 4 as well. And it's a cool like dungeon crawler, except on a 2D plane instead of a more like grid tactical sort of thing like Banner Saga was. It'll be cool to see how that performs with its full release. Then we have Resident Evil 0 on basically every platform existing, except for Wii or Wii U, because Nintendo doesn't do third-party stuff. This is just a HD version of Resident Evil 0 for those who care. Then we have the Origins Collection. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'm sure it's another Biohazard bundle or whatever. Then we have Mario & Luigi Paper Jam for the 3DS. The 3DS did not really have a great year this year. It had Majora's Mask, Yokai Watch, and that was about it as far as like really big games in 2015. So to see 2016, hopefully this will be the beginning of another really, really good year for the 3DS like 2013 was. Or 2014, I think it was. I forget. Whatever. Then we have Civilization Revolution 2 Plus for the PlayStation Vita. This was a game where the trophies went live on Exophase like June of this past year, and people have like been talking about it, kind of being like, when's it going to come out? We also saw rumors of XCOM Enemy Unknown Plus coming to Vita. Is that ever actually going to happen? Who knows? But hey, we're finally getting Civilization Revolution 2, which is a mobile game, now coming to Vita, so I guess that's cool for people who like it. Final Fantasy Explorers also comes to 3DS. This is the game that Square Enix has been showing off as kind of another one of those games where, hey, it's a new RPG, but we're going to lean heavily on content that is tailored for older Final Fantasy fans. So it's whatever. Then we have Lego Marvel's Adventures, which is again on every platform available because it's a Lego game. This one is not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be as good as Lego Marvel Heroes, which was basically the best Lego game I think existing. And so for them to now kind of pare it back and be like, well, we're gonna focus on phase 2 of the film series because it's been so popular, it kind of comes off as more of a cash grab than anything. Then we have The Witness on PS4 and PC. This is a game that was shown off, man, February 2013. Or no, wait, yes, February 2013 when the PlayStation 4 was initially revealed and it was going to come out that later that year in fall. This was a game that was supposed to be launching with it pretty much. It was, a game that was shown off to be, hey, look, this is the PlayStation 4. Purchase it either next year or later this November. And so for that game to now finally come out about 3 years after it was revealed, it's a strange thing. I'm sure it'll be great. It's Jonathan Blow. Then we have Bombshell on the PC. This was a game that initially used the Duke Nukem license unlicensed, I guess, because they were using it without Gearbox's permission, so they shut that down, and now they're just doing it with the side character now being the main character. It looks fine. It's kind of like if you played Dead Nation, made by Housemarque for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. It's kind of like another top-down shooter like that, so we'll see how well it succeeds without the Duke Nukem license. Then lastly, we have This War of Mine for consoles. This was a game that came out on PC platforms, I want to say it was late 2014 or mid 2014. And it's basically a small little game about surviving during a war and how messed up that can be, because it's morally gray and it's a bit ambiguous as far as what the right thing to do is, because all of your decisions will screw up somebody. So it's basically determining who you're going to screw in this day in order for your family to survive. So it's a really cool game when it comes to that, and using like the interactiveness of video games and the consequences that video games bring for people's actions that watching a film or reading a book doesn't, bringing that to life in the case of like a World War I era family trying to survive during just basically hell. So it's pretty cool to see that now come to consoles and hopefully be picked up by a lot of people who didn't pay attention to it when it came out on PC. Then in film, for January 2016, we have The Farce, which is Natalie Dormer, who I love. It's had mixed reception, so I don't expect much of it. I'm gonna see it, even though it is kind of like a horror thriller, and I don't really enjoy those that much. I don't get much enjoyment out of being given nightmares. I know some people get off on that, and I do really like Alien, which does that. I was terrified of the Xenomorph for a very long time, but I kind of justified it because of the science fiction edge to it. So to see The Forest is mostly because Natalie Dormer's in it. Then we have 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. This is a Michael Bay film. So this I am predicting will be 2016's propaganda piece, just like American Sniper was the year before, or in late 2014. It's basically a propaganda piece in order to justify people's opinions. So, hey, I mean, it's a fictional film, but I'm sure a lot of people will come out of it and use it to justify whatever views they want to press on people next Thanksgiving. Then we have Jane Got a Gun, which is a Western with Natalie Portman. It also reunites her with Ian McGregor. They haven't been together since Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, or, well, some of the other Star Wars films too. But yeah, it looks fine. I don't know. It's another Western film. The poster doesn't really sell it that much, but maybe I'll see it. I want to see more movies this year than I did in 2015. So then we have The Fifth Wave. This is just another adaptation of a tween novel, so really nothing new there. They keep pushing the trailer. It's actually, they got the trailer to go before Star Wars The Force Awakens, because, I mean, hey, that's prime real estate for getting people to go see your movie and be advertised. So it looks like another dumb tween novel that is now adapted into a movie because, hey, The Hunger Games did it, so why can't any other one do it? Then we have The Boy, which is a horror movie about a woman watching over a demonic doll. Definitely not seeing that. Does look super freaky and scary, so I'm, if you're interested in that, go see it. But nope, I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Then we have Dirty Grandpa, which is Zac Efron as a grandson to Robert De Niro, and apparently De Niro tricks him into driving De Niro to De Niro tricks Zac Efron into driving De Niro to Florida, and it's like a little bit before Zac Efron's wedding day. And I didn't look it up into it too much, but the two actresses are Zoe Deutch, who didn't have a picture on a Wikipedia page, and Aubrey Plaza. So one of those has to be Zac Efron's wife, or wife to be, and I'm really hoping it's Aubrey Plaza because I love her. Then we have 50 Shades of Black, which is basically a parody of 50 Shades of Grey. So I hope that does well because 50 Shades of Grey is crap. And then we have Kung Fu Panda 3 rounding out January, and it's just another Jack Black sequel, so nothing special there. So yeah, as far as 2016 so far, it looks like games, there's a lot of really good games coming out this January. And as far as films, yeah, no, there's nothing really. Maybe Dirty Grandpa would be cool, but I really don't expect anything of those movies. So yeah, that's January 2016. I hope you're looking forward to it. You can let me know what you want to play or go to the movies to watch in the comments. And if you like the dumb stuff that I do, you can always check out me and my friends' videos on Illustrious Magic channel. Follow us on Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.